Okay, so we are ready to go then. So let's
Alright.
go ahead and start. Someone start a countdown whenever you're ready.
Alrighty.
I'm ready, yeah.
I am
Yeah,
also
ready.
ready.
Ready? Dot ready.
Alrighty. Do we want to have Condor give us a countdown then?
Alright, sure. On go. Everyone ready? Alright.
Mhm.
Yep.
Alrighty.
3, 2, 1, go.
Wait, I was supposed to count.
Oh well.
Oh yeah.
we and I mean I
Right.
elected Condor.
Wait, actually, we should have let Kikistina in here to count us down.
Yeah.
That's right. Alrighty. So this is 4-bay RTA.
Yeah.
The general gist of things that we'll probably go into later is that we're trying to receive a gift from the 4 bays of the game.
The childhood base.
Childhood bays, yes. This is all done in child section. Off the bat, we'll see a couple of changes in the route. That's mostly going to be because half of us on the right side are going to be on the Nintendo 64, while the other half are on the Wii Virtual Console. So there's a couple different changes. We'll be going through those as time goes on.
The first big one you'll see right at the start is how the two consoles get out of the forest. Oh, actually, one other big difference you can see right now is that N64 has a lot more leg going on to it, so that's
Yeah.
why the N64 side of things is already behind VC. But just the methods of escaping the forest are going to be different between the two consoles, where the N64 runners are going to use a glitch called walking while talking to be able to get right past the guard blocking the exit, and the VC runner is going to use something called Pokey Escape.
Yeah, beyond that, we'll be picking up some different items, and that's just going to be due to a couple of the same, differences in routes. But we'll see the reasons for that later on. Not quite with the walking while talking yet. So yeah.
Another difference is you'll see the N64 runners are not going to be getting the sword. And that'll be so that we can do a glitch later on that you need to be swordless for.
So just to clarify, in case the chat didn't give it away to y'all, the 4 bays that we are going to be getting items from are Rudo, Saria, Malin, and Zelda. And the specific items we need to get are Theora's Sapphire, Saria's Song, Epona's Song, and Zelda's Letter. So it's the final item you get from each of them. For example, Malin will give you the egg, and Saria will give you the ocarina before, but you do need to get their final items.
Right. It's like they're trusting you. It's their token, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get the token of affection from all of them.
Yep.
The left, Fox, the ones on the left are on VC, and the ones on the right are on N64.
So me and Bfrie are on 64.
Well, Kaylabee and I are on VC.
Yeah, so right here, now that we're actually in Escape, you'll be able to start seeing the differences in just the rupee routes between the two, because VC runners need to get 40 rupees and the sword to buy a shield so that they can get out of the forest, while the N64 runners only need to get a Deku stick and Deku nuts. Which only costs us 25 rupees, while VC needs to get 40. Did someone bonk?
No, just in chat, so they're cheating.
You V cheaters.
Hey, just because it's fast doesn't mean anything.
I'm the top left corner.
Yeah. a safety save there just because there is a small chance that I soft lock my game when I do walking while talking here in a second. And I would rather not have to watch the intro again if that does happen.
Yeah, losing 3 minutes because you soft lock just doesn't really feel good. Well,
Yeah,
3
it
minutes of
doesn't
the intro.
It doesn't feel good, and also it just is going to make the race not a lot less good to watch because it'll be very lopsided.
So the way that walking while talking works is you essentially get the camera locked in place
Alright, we're out.
by
We're good.
the crawl space, and then because the guy who normally guards the exit to the forest is so far off camera, the game unloads him and you can pass right through him.
Meanwhile, for Pokey Escape, you're essentially kind of shoving yourself past him and getting ISG at the same time. And through a combination of those, you'll push yourself past the guard and be able to roll right past him.
So the first thing you'll notice is that because of the fact that we need to get less rupees and didn't need to get this sword, the N64 runners are already going to be a little bit ahead. There's a glitch upcoming in the bottom of the well that's going to put us a little bit further ahead, too. And the N64 runners are gonna stay ahead until after Malin, and that's when the routes are gonna come together, and you're gonna have a better idea of who's actually in the lead.
Yeah.
It's a
Because
little bit after Melon itself, because you guys do have a return trip to the Kakiri shop. But once we start entering the Lost Woods, that's basically going to be the same from there on out.
Yeah, yeah.
The only difference
A
really
little
is that the
giant.
N64 still doesn't have the sword.
Right.
So all the things that we do with sword, they'll have to do with us.
you don't need anything other than a stick anyway. Swords are overrated.
Yeah,
Mhm.
unless you break all of your sticks, in which case you might not
don't
be
talk
able to
about that.
finish.
That's
That's the
impossible.
risky part of the N64 route, is if you break all of your sticks, there's the possibility that you just need to reset from your last save and lose a lot of time.
Oh, Condor, you've toasted Z mode in FFC.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
It's so good. That is so good.
I'm glad it could be here with us during this marathon.
So you're gonna see so in bottom of the well here, which me and Condor are coming up to, you're gonna see the other large difference between N64 and WeVC, which is Ocarina Dive versus Blank A to get early bomb shoes. N64 is gonna do a glitch called Blank A, where it's basically you're tricking the game into thinking you're going into the crawl space, so it unloads the collision in the room you're in previously, and allows you to just fall straight through the floor into the basement without loading it. While VC is going to have to do a glitch called Ocarina Dive, and I'll let one of the VC runners explain that one a little bit better.
Yeah, with Ocarina Dive, VC runners still have a little bit before it, but basically we're going to try to do a hover off of the bubble that goes around the bottom of the well. And from there, we can fall and pull our ocarina to kind of fall through the floor. We'll be at the bottom of the well, be able to pass straight through everything, and then go back up into it via some water that extends down, and jump into the room that has the bomb shoes. Getting out of bounds is what we're still trying to do in both cases, so we're still going to be going back into the room the same way. It's how we get there that's a bit different.
So one other thing that I forgot to explain is what we just did there to get into the bottom. Oh my god! To get into the bottom of the well is called Cucko Dive. So if you fall into water while a cutscene is playing in this game, Link doesn't have swimming. So basically, it just falls all the way to the bottom of the water. So if you make the chickens angry at you, right when you fall into the well, then you can just get right into the bottom of the well without having to do all the vanilla requirements for it.
Yeah, and the trick that N64 people, me and Bfrie are doing in the bottom of the well is called Blank A. It's a 1.0 exclusive trick, and it saves a decent amount of time over the VC route for bottom of the well. It lets us clip out of bounds right at the beginning of the well and go straight to the bomb shoes, whereas VC route has to do it a different way. And that's the reason that we didn't get sword or anything, because you need to have a blank B button to be able to do the trick.
It looks like my OBS disconnected. I'm trying to get that back up and running right now.
Ooh.
Okay.
You splicing, everyone?
I'm not splicing. I'm not splicing. I got a Windows notification, and it was bad.
So as Condor said earlier, if we break all of our sticks on the N64 route, it makes it incompletable, which is why I saved in bottom of the well, and just to make the run more marathon safe. And as you can see, I did need it almost immediately because I broke my stick because I made a mistake doing blank A.
Juke.
Oh, hey, Juke.
My stream should be back up and running. So hopefully that's looking good for all y'all.
Alright.
So the entire reason we go to the bottom of the well in pretty much every Zelda speedrun is because getting explosives early is pretty much the most important thing to every Ocarina of Time speedrun, because you can do lots and lots of things in this game with explosives. For example, we'll be able to get to Zelda without pushing the blocks in a second. You'll be able to see Condor doing that with a damage boost.
Also, I'm taking damage off of that skull color right there, so that later I can do a cutscene skip where I need to kill myself. And all of the routes should be doing a variation of that same taking damage for that cutscene skip. But they might take the damage in different ways.
Keyword is should. Let's hope that none of us have to watch that cutscene, because it is a long one.
Yes, it is rather lengthy. Just when you think it's over, there's like 40 more seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
So welcome back, Aendran.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my technical difficulties happened. Hopefully that didn't bother too many people. It's okay, my bottom of the well was bad, you guys didn't have to see it.
Dang, I wish mine cut out.
I failed clipping back into bounds like twice, so.
It's okay, I didn't do too well in bottom of the well either.
Yeah, so
Becky,
here...
not up to me.
Here we'll be getting the egg from Mal, and this is so that we can wake up Talon.
First bay, best bay.
Yeah.
I guess Sorry is the first bay. But...
Sorry is really the first bay because she gives you, her prized ocarina. But
True.
We
visit them in order from worst to best.
I don't know what you're talking about. We end on the worst.
True that.
Those of you who bid for Rudo instead of Saria.
They just cared about the frames.
I guess.
So I messed up the damage boost right there. So you'll see me doing the backup where I'll actually have to break one of my sticks. You can skip pushing both boxes by pushing this one right to the edge and then using a jump slash to get across the rest of the way.
Oh, that's a screwed up seam walk. Sorry.
Which
back up.
means I'm not going to be able to do sticky situation. So
Condor, no.
for that.
Shoot.
Lots of F's in the chat for that.
So getting caught by guards here can lose a lot of time.
The interesting
got
thing
a
about
Versailles
guards,
sector
to anyone
over
who doesn't know about that much about Ocarina of Time speedruns, is you actually can just you side hop frame perfectly past them. They can never catch you. It's not super reasonable to actually do.
Oh, really?
So I think you'll
Alright.
probably see people, especially in this marathon, do a more safe approach to them. But it is actually something you can do.
Mhm.
Yeah, we here in the marathon tend to prefer safe strats compared to.
It's very fast though.
Yeah, so there you would have seen the damage boost on my screen.
One of the big things with guards is you'll see that they look like left and right.
Yeah.
So if they're looking away from you, or if they're looking into a bush or anything like that, you can just go right past them.
Yep. As soon as they turn to look at the bush, it's your time
You
to
can
shine.
just go. Hmm.
They are beautiful bushes, though, so I don't blame them.
Hyrule Castle does not have a very good security system.
Yikes.
But fantastic foliage.
very, very nice foliage. And some quality statues.
Ooh.
At least one of us got sticky situation.
Yes, show through for the N64.
Really bad guard.
These VC players.
And the positions they're in are all RNG as well, so pretty nitpicky at times. Pauses just to equip stick because I forgot earlier.
Oh yeah,
Optimal.
Oh, no.
Save the run. Okay, so now that we're all in the Zelda cutscene, Kayla, do you want to talk about why you made this category?
Sure. So, one time, you know how chat memes like it does. One time I backflip off of Link's house to talk to Saria, and then my chat made a joke like, let's just forget runs and just go around and talk to all the girls in Hyrule. And I was like, great, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do it. So then we saw Malin, saw Zelda, and saw Rudo, and then we started planning it all out, and there was debates of Noburu being in the run too, and we didn't put Noburu in because Child Link obviously shouldn't go for the adult Noburu, so we kept it with these four, and then
3 good ones.
started routing it. Yeah,
And
3 good.
Saria.
Sorry, I almost forgot about
Yeah,
Rudo
3
there.
good ones plus Saria.
And then we started routing it, and I was on VC, so we rerouted VC first, and then we routed N64. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, there is a true category, console.
A true way to run. Just kidding.
So then I guess that's how the category came to be. So me, Condor, and Aendran, actually I don't know about Condor, but me and Aendran found this category because Toasted Donut, who you can see in chat, decided to do a run of it because she was trying to do other speedruns and was failing. So she did one of these just for fun, and it just looked extremely fun and short, so it was really good for racing. So there was a big group of us that for a while, for about a month, every day we would just race this category. And then one day, Kaylabee came into our chat saying, "LOL, people run this category," and that's when we found out she made it. And then me and Condor were talking about trying to get something Ocarina of Time into this marathon, and we thought, well, we should probably make sure we get the person who actually made the category into the run.
That's very nice. Hopefully my rust isn't too heavy.
It's also very convenient
Oh,
that
no.
on the actual leaderboard, we're all very close in time, so it kind of just
Yeah.
worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Get cozy, chat, because you have to watch this cutscene now.
Oh no.
Rip.
Yikes.
So-
We just
I
wanted to
would've-
show you
Oh
Yeah.
no,
how.
I died!
That
Oh!
cutscene skip on the N64 method of doing it is a 3-frame window, so it's fairly specific. VC, they pretty much have it free, so...
It's pretty free,
You
yeah.
basically have to remember to drop a chew when you backflip. When you
Yeah,
get it.
the only
No, none of you guys mess
reason...
it up, because I just said it was free.
No, I think we're good. We're in the clear.
All right, we know how to play Zelda's Lullaby now.
Nice, you learned it.
God, good thing you learned.
Hopefully you don't forget it later.
Hopefully, I don't need it later.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know what you're talking about. I hope that you need it later.
Yeah. So the way this works is that if you die on the same frame that you enter a cutscene in this game, it will start the cutscene, and in this game, any items that would be given to you inside of cutscenes are given to you right at the very start of the cutscene. So if you die as you enter them, then you don't have to watch it, but you still get the item from it, which in this case would be Zelda's Lullaby, which isn't super useful for this run. However, I
Use
mean,
it in one place, but it's slow, so we'll probably not do that.
Yeah, like it can be used as a backup
but
for worst
at
case
the very
scenario.
least, it means that you don't have to watch this cutscene if you do it.
Alright, guys, I have to let Malin know that she was in last place. I'm just gonna show her Zelda's letter real quick to let her know that she's the last May.
Participation trophy.
I will say she doesn't deserve last place. Just the
doesn't.
competition. The competition was very stiff between worst bay and best bay.
Yeah, there were some very generous donators.
But I think if Rudo wasn't on there, then Malin would have gotten the love she deserved.
yeah, I think that Malin deserved like probably second place.
Yeah,
So-
I think we all
Yeah.
agree that she deserves
What?
at
Where were
least
all my
second.
Malin fans? What?
It's just you don't put money for your second favorite, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I
Thank you
almost
again
did, but
to
we ran out
people
of
who-
time. I was actually going to donate a little bit to her out of pity.
Yeah, I donated to Zelda because I thought Malin would get some. And then I was like, dang, I left my girl hanging like that.
Oh, so the only one of us who did donate to their second favorite was the one whose favorite didn't get any love at all.
Shout outs again to all of you guys who've donated, not just for this bid war, but for
Yeah,
everything
the whole
going
marathon.
towards this charity.
Yeah. So, it might not have looked like much, but right there, I dropped a bomb to you and targeted it to skip an owl that would normally talk to you. They won't talk to you if you're targeting certain things because you're considered to be in like an occupied state.
I'm gonna go for this cool strat because my chews are pretty precious to me. I doubt I'll get it, but call the item swapping.
Oh, you're doing the item swap one?
I'm gonna try, and I don't want to waste my chews.
That's the cool way of doing it.
Yeah, sometimes I get it if I'm lucky.
Alright.
Okay, so this is the part where the all.
Hey, I did it.
Sorry, this is the
Okay.
point where all of the routes have converged. N64 has gotten its time loss from having to visit the shop one more time to purchase shield. So now you have an actual solid look of who's actually in the lead at this point. It's not decided yet because the hardest part of the run is definitely Jabu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what's after
a
this.
lot can go wrong there, especially for the N64 people.
Yeah, so here you'll see me damaging down, because after we, get Best Bay's song, we'll do a Death Warp, and that will just get us to the end of Sacred Forest Meadow a lot more quickly.
So one thing you might have noticed me and Condor did was that we picked up a bunch of extra rupees along the way so that we could buy a bunch of extra sticks there, just so that as we said, we lose a lot of time and have to back up to safety saves if we do break all of our sticks. So it's just better for the marathon to buy lots of extras so that doesn't happen. And it doesn't lose that much time. Just
And
to pick
also
up a
we
couple
needed
extra
the
rupees.
shield, so we had to go back to the shop anyways. Which is the major time loss that we have over VC, is taking a second trip.
First try.
So here I'm skipping another owl.
Got the
Connor's got
first.
some good time on him.
I got the first item swap skip.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty
actually
good.
really hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
like
What?
3 extra
For-
shoes, then you can just use. You can definitely use one for the next one if you
Yeah,
want.
right?
For the people who saw
Yeah.
Kayla do
I'm
that,
afraid
I
I'll
think-
need them, but
That's-
hopefully not.
It's actually insane.
It's really good. I'm honestly impressed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Start saving some shoes so you can start doing more hesses.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, more chew hesses. Yikes.
Get on those shoe hesses.
Oh my gosh.
We already passed the most valuable one.
There we go.
Lost Woods, I think. No. It's the one to Malin.
Yeah.
So for the
Oh,
thing
shoot.
Kayla did, I think each time you draw a weapon, it's like a two-frame window.
2-frame
Yeah.
window for the sword draw and a 4-frame window for the stick draw.
Yeah. Pretty cool to get it that many times in.
And she has to do it like a bunch of times in a row.
Yep, but I didn't get this one. That's okay. That's okay.
Just
This
nice,
all
but-
sucks. Just the one when you leave. Lost or Sacred Meadow.
Hey Condor, Husteen says you are very quiet. Feels bad, man.
I'm sorry, we were having issues with my mic. We tried to change a bunch of settings to get that fixed. I guess it's still having some trouble. I hope it's not too bad.
Yes, here I'm actually using Zelda's Lullaby because I just want to. I don't want to waste all my chews by screwing up the trick I just did. So, but normally you're able to make a side hop, which is just a side hop but backwards with a lot of speed due to the explosion of the bomb shoe, to get past this waterfall and not have to open it up. But after screwing it up one time, it's probably better just to do it the normal way. There's a
You
little-
technically have an extra chew still, but
yeah, but this is also
only one extra chew. It's just and there's much better things. There's things that save a lot more time to use that extra chew that you would much rather not fail later.
Yeah.
So using your one extra chew on the mega side hop that saves like a couple of seconds is definitely not worth it, like Andy said.
Yeah, like we have enough chews that we can go for it in a normal run, but more than once is not really worth it.
Oh, okay. Like, what just happened?
So, I just did a
Coming
couple
up.
things. I'll let
Crazy
Bfrie
out.
explain ledge cancel when he
Oh.
gets there, or whoever's there next.
Okay.
Because
I just did
I
it, but I'm
missed
also
that.
trying to fix my OBS again.
Yeah, but after that, I just did a
I'm
clip
sorry.
into Jabu that ends up breaking one of our sticks on each attempt that we do on it. So, and it's also frame perfect, so it's easy to burn a lot of sticks there on the N64 route and then get locked out.
I'm gonna enter Jabu while also trying to fix my stream. It's not going well. Hopefully it works now. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. I think my internet's just going. Something.
So yeah, I can't believe he's splicing in a marathon.
Bro, if I were splicing, I'd be going better for something better than this.
Yikes. So you just blew through 2 chews just like that. Failed each thing once, that's all it takes.
So you can just throw Rudo at enemies and switches to hit them with her. It's great.
Okay, so
Alright.
now I'm coming up to the ledge cancel now, so I'll explain it a little more. So the way it works is you're hitting Link's shield with an explosion while you're climbing a ledge. So you basically make the game think that you're still in a state of climbing the ledge, which unloads collision of all the things in the room. So when we try to walk past King Weep, we can just backwalk right past him
Yep, no collision.
instead of having to go the vanilla way of going to get the silver scale from the diving game and then having to give him the letter and watch that very long, agonizing cutscene.
Yeah, if you played the game casually, you probably remember Mweep. It takes him forever to get just to scoot over to let you pass.
Yep.
Ooh.
Alright, so this is why Rudo's the worst. Exhibit A. She's a brat. She says you can carry me if you want me to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's Japanese. I don't read Japanese, by the way. I've just played this game enough times.
Okay, so the reason why you can clip into Jabu in both consoles is that she just has like a flat, or he just whatever it is, just has a flat loading plane that's bigger than the actual size of the fish, so that kind of sticks out just a little bit. So if you get a place jump / recoil, you can just barely hit it without having to go into the actual mouth of the fish.
Yep.
Yeah, because the other way to do it would be to go get the silver scale, then use that to go into Lake Hylia, and then from Lake Hylia you can dive down and go get the bottle, and then you watch the week cutscene, and it's the whole thing. So...
Yep.
Then you have to go
And then
back
you have
out
to
and
watch
get a
Jabu
fish.
cutscene too, yeah.
Yeah, you have to go get a fish, and then you have to give Jabu a fish, and then watch Jabu, the cutscene of Jabu eating you, and that's just all bad.
Okay,
Didn't
so
get my
right
root
here
on.
I'm trying to mega flip
No!
across this gap.
that was awesome.
Oh my god, do you
just
know what I
found it.
did?
Hmm.
I dropped Rudo in the water.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no. Fish
I
can't,
can't believe that happened.
Fish can't swim.
Fish can't
Another
swim.
reason why she's bad today.
Swim.
Not logical.
Yikes.
Hey, she swims later, okay? She's just young right now. She hasn't grown her fins in yet.
Bro, even tadpoles swim. What you talking about?
Yeah, well, tadpoles don't have legs, okay?
So that right there is a fairly specific way to move from that switch to the door so that you can get there before the vines go back and close the door again.
Yeah.
I know
That is-
actually pretty close.
Carry her around
That's actually
again.
another frame perfect trick. So there's if you roll from the switch from a specific distance on the switch to the door, there's exactly one frame where you can still open it.
So this Baronade fight is actually pretty tough to do fast. You can stun all of the jellyfish like right when they come out, and get them all in the same spot and just take them all out with one decimate. But the timing for the boomerang throw to stun them there is pretty tight.
And if you miss it, that fight it's really hard to do fast because if you make even a tiny mistake, then it just snowballs out of control.
Yeah. So then here I roll into Baronade to get it to come back up faster into the ground like that. Because normally it'll stay down in the ground for quite a while.
Yikes.
Sorry, Fox. There, I threw her for you. So there's unfortunately there's no way to actually kill Baronade without the boomerang, which is why we had to actually go through the entire dungeon and get it, because none of the other items in the game will stun Baronade. It's like the one boss that they this is like the one dungeon they programmed very well, to not be cheesable.
Yeah, besides Wolvagia.
Oh, yeah.
It was very cheesable.
Yeah.
So time for me is going to be coming up in like a little bit here. After
Yeah,
I
it's
get
on the
Zora
text
engagement
box.
ring. Yeah.
Shoot.
So I don't know. Did anyone explain Box Mega, or just the ways of getting to this door?
I didn't do box mega, so
Dude,
I just did
well,
a normal mega flip.
Just any of
I
the.
did
Did
not
anyone
very
explain?
well, so
I don't
you should go
believe
ahead
so.
and do that.
Okay, so what you just saw me do is it's called a mega flip. It's one of the reasons why explosives are so important, and not just this route, but all the speedrun or OOT speedruns in general. So you can use explosions and abuse rolling frames with Link
And that's time right there.
to make your backflips and side hops get a lot of extra distance from how much they normally would. Enough to actually just cross that entire gap without having to do the mini boss fight against Big Octo that you might remember from casual playthroughs of the game. So you saw Aendran do it without the box, and that's an easier way to do it. That's slower. Where if you do it with the box, it's a lot faster, but
There's another way to do it, and I don't know if any of us. Well, if Kaylabee, are you gonna have to do Berry Hopper?
No, I'm not going to.
Okay. There's another way where you can use that little jellyfish in the room to hover all your way up to the platform to drop it, rather than going the long way around. And our time's coming up closely for me.
Yikes, now that I said no, maybe I will.
And time.
so that was. I don't know if any of the other people got a good Baronade fight or not.
I got
I got
knocked
the hard
over,
one.
but I got all of the hard stuff
Okay.
easily, but I got hit by Baronade like 4 times.
So, and the reason I got a trick called ISG, which is basically where you just trick the game into thinking your sword is swinging infinitely, is just so that I could do this, because I wanted one extra stick after. Most important part of the run. Completely invalid if you don't get it.
Alright, I actually have to get some hearts here quick, because I'm not going into Baronade like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would.
And no bottle to drink bugs from. And of course, they're not giving me any hearts. Oh my god. Are there any pots in this room? I know.
You are in the Baronade fight.
Yeah, right, but that's a little sketchy. Oh,
Yes,
Like also being
ISG
at a
stands
quarter
for
heart is
Infinite
pretty
Sword
sketchy.
Goober.
And time is coming up for me pretty soon as well.
come on, give me a heart. No! Why do they hate
You
me?
could also have Jabu's heart. You go and pick that up after the Baronade fight if you're a purist.
Oh my gosh, imagine if that was a room in Jabu where you just actually saw
Should I
his
just-
heart there.
I'm not really sure what I should do. Should I just farm Baronade, or the little berry?
You
Hearts, or
could
should I
just
try
go
to-
for the pots on the side of the
Yeah,
room.
just
Yeah,
go for
just
the
go for the
pots
pots.
and
And that's time
decide.
for me.
Oh wait, shoot.
It's decently safe if you don't.
Yeah, I'll just try one more time.
Because in the first phase, Baronade barely even shoots.
Right. There's one. Nice. 3. Yeah. Okay. We good, we good.
Oops.
Oh, come on.
Oh, and I don't know if any of us explained the hookshot trick
Which trick?
Kayla's
The
going
what?
for right now.
Oh,
The
I
hitting
didn't
the
even
switch
do it.
early. Did any of us talk about that?
Oh
Go for it,
no,
yeah.
it's really weird. I don't even think. I guess apparently don't even think of that as a trick, really.
Yeah, so normally you have to climb up the big tower in that room that Kayla was
Would've
just in.
seen you do it.
And you need to throw the boomerang from on top of that big climbable wall, but because you can throw it at a specific angle and then move Link so that the boomerang moves through the air in a specific way, you can get it to hit the switch just right from the entrance, which saves a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
Alright, you got this, Kayla.
We believe in you.
Best Baronade NA right here.
If I didn't drop freaking Rudo.
Yeah. That's a really bad one to happen.
Yeah. It totally happens to the best of us, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was unfortunate. It's because I was trying to. I didn't just kill the Octorok. I was being a little baby. Like I was. I should have just killed the Octorok. I was trying to do something cool.
Yeah, between that and missing by Bruto, it's just,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Oh no, shit, there's one more. I thought that was the last.
So unfortunately, none of us failed the Mega Flip over to the Baronade room. Because there is a backup strat that is extremely slow to still skip the Big Octo fight, but it's one of the funniest and coolest
There you
tricks
go.
in the game. It's
I
called
love that trick.
it's called Bfrie hover. So like the little octopuses in that little octopus in that
Andy,
first
you
room.
should go back in and show it off.
Oh, you know what? I have one stick left. I could try to.
You can't get ISG once you're in, though.
I can
Oh,
try.
Andy
I
could
haven't
with
in a
sword,
while.
though.
I was thinking about throwing to to do it, but I then realized I hadn't practiced this in like weeks. So I can go for it. Let me.
You have a little bit of time left. Or
Yeah, I'm in the warp, but the cutscene's another minute or.
Habbo will be able to tell us exactly how long it is. No,
Yeah,
I
he
want to say
splits
it's like
the
around a
beginning and the
minute
end,
and
doesn't he?
15.
he always spoilery knows if I'm gonna PD or not when
Oh.
stuff is in the scene. I like it when it's a surprise.
Oh my god. There we go. Oh my god, what? How?
Alright.
Yeah, what's an ocean net, Mbop?
Well, I have the oceans, but you have a Great Lakes. Midwest, am I right?
Yeah.
No.
There we go.
Alright, time's coming up.
I'm glad this is after the race that I'm screwing up Enter Jobber.
I was so scared I was going to break all my sticks there. Because I'm
I
really
broke
bad at the Jabu fight with only one stick.
I broke 3. I was just like, okay, hold on. We can do this.
Time.
And there we go.
GG.
Where is he?
That is for Bay RTA.
That's
Gee.
Forbay. We visited all the girls, and only Malin is left in the dust. The other 3 have no idea what's going on.
Hope we kept you entertained for this 42 minutes 50 seconds.
Yeah, underestimate. That's what I'm talking about. 10 seconds to spare, guys.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
Clap
very
it.
much, everyone.
Easy clap in the chat.
Yeah, pause, easy clap.
Also,
one
Aendran is
thing-
doing berry hover right now. So basically you can just infinitely hover off of the jellyfish. Because as long as you take a source of damage, you can stay in the air if your back's up against the wall. So, and if you also have ISG. So the jellyfish hovers up when it hits your shield in such a way that you can just continually rise up.
It's very slow and it hurts your thumbs because you have to mash so fast, but it's very, very cool.
Yeah, you have to match pretty hard for that.
So one thing I would add, if anyone is interested, is at all interested in Ocarina of Time speedruns, is that this category is actually extremely easy to pick up and tons of fun and very short.
Mhm. Yeah, and we're all the type of people where if you had a question trying to get into this, I would believe that we'd all be willing to help you. So if anyone's interested, this is a great way to get started. See if you want to try it out. Beyond that, is there anything else we got? Or I think we've got a randomizer up next.
Thanks
right?
for being here, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this race for us. It was really hype, probably one of the most hyped things of the marathon here.
Mhm.
Up next, we've got Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally, so I'll let you guys go for now.
Closing words,
And
Saria is worst bay.
I don't know about that, sir.
We clearly saw that Rudo's
Mid
force
four
fish. He's a
determined
fish
it.
that can't swim.
But she also hits switches.
That's true,
we-
but I think that switch just has the biggest collision hitbox ever, so it's not that impressive.
Alright.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's,
thanks for
let-
having us.
Let's let the next event go up.